If you're a service based business owner and you're making YouTube content, then you're about to learn the right way you're meant to be doing your thumbnail to get the highest amount of view in your video. Okay, I have we have two thumbnails here, and this was what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now, basically. So before I move on, I'd like to say that it doesn't matter whether you use AI or you use a thumbnail designer. I mean, human. If you don't understand the principles behind making good thumbnails, and good thumbnails not in terms of design alone but in terms of functionality. Do people click your thumbnail? Does it pass across the message that you're trying to pass across? So those are the things that are very important. And I should let you know right off the bat that I've actually made thumbnails that have generated hundreds of thousands of views for YouTube videos, and not just views but also it boils down to revenue. Okay, as a business owner, what matters to you after you get people to view your video is that they actually go on to sign up for your offer, buy whatever you're selling. I don't want to ramble too much. Let me dive right into it. Okay, so this is a thumbnail for Sean Osborne. I found it on YouTube, and when I saw it, I felt like this is way below the standard of the video. The video itself had so much content, but the thumbnail did not let it reach the number of people or even the kind of people that it should reach. So the video had 39 views. Now I'd like to show you the things that are wrong with this thumbnail and then show you what I redesigned and what is good about it. First things first, this thumbnail, the first thing that is wrong with it is a lot is going on. There's something we call focal points. There's really no focal point on this thumbnail. So when I'm looking at it, I can see so many things going on, money flying, and this red, and then there's a gold icon, and then here you have money and someone standing. What happens is, as humans, when we see so much going on, we are not really, like, our brain just freeze. We zone out. We don't pay attention to that thing. As a matter of fact, on any social media platform, you're actually fighting for attention. Okay, so this does not win attention. A lot is going on there, and then you have the thumbnail itself actually looks too cartoonish. It looks like a cartoon. I already said that it doesn't matter whether you designed your thumbnail with AI or you did it yourself using Photoshop, Canva. It doesn't matter. If you do not understand or follow the principles, you would not get the results. So this actually looks too cartoonish for a business video. The title of this video is "Why 99% of ads fails." So it is a professional video targeted at business owners. When you use this kind of thumbnail, they do not take that content very seriously. The people that know the you or your channel already, they might take you serious, but in terms of new viewers, people who are likely to turn into customers in the future, they wouldn't take it serious because it looks too cartoonish. And there's no clear message in this thumbnail. Like, there's a lot going on. I can see $4,000 lost, $40,000, and I really would not come up here to read this text because the first thing I see when I look at this thumbnail is what is in the middle here. Where you can see this right here. That's what I would see. So there is no clear message. Basically, there's no clear message. The ignite system, then the picture here. The last thing is it doesn't speak to the audience. If you are making a thumbnail for people who run ads, business owners, then you should actually design a thumbnail that appeals to them, something that they can relate to and understand. There should be like a language you pass across to them through the thumbnail that only them can understand, so that the wrong people don't click on your thumbnail. Now this is the before and now this is the after. Yep, I want you to compare both. Now this looks more human because I now added his picture here, and it just when you look at it, you can tell that this is before and after. I still followed the same style that he tried to follow here, because what he tried to do here was show before $4,000 lost, $40,000 gained. So this is the after, following the same exact idea that he had, but with more clarity. Here you can see him. It looks more human and more professional. The first thing that changes here is that there's a very clear message. The clear message is that $4,000 lost and $40,000 gained before and after. So you got that. Then the other thing is, if you look behind, there's the Meta Ads dashboard. So that speaks to the audience. It is the people who don't run ads would not click. They would not even relate as much as those who run adverts because they're already familiar with the dashboard. So business owners would be able to relate with this, and then it looks more human and professional, basically. Then it's also get attention. It get attention. What you don't want to do on your thumbnail is have too many words on it. I think that one thing that you can do after doing your thumbnail, or if you have a designer or someone working on your thumbnail for you, is look at it and ask yourself, can I look at this thing once and get the message? If you have to look at it two times, three times before you can get the message, then that thumbnail doesn't work. And another thing I should say is that thumbnails work hand in hand with the title. It's not just about being a graphics designer. You actually have to be a YouTube thumbnail designer. You have to understand the psychology. You have to understand that it is where you have your eyes here. You can see where he has his eye. That's where we have to actually align these two things. Actually, all the things that are important in the thumbnail. So we wouldn't have placed this down here and this down here. It would have been wrong. So all of these little decisions are what make the difference between a thumbnail that works and a thumbnail that doesn't. All right, that is all for now. I believe I have covered the most important things. If you have any question, I would ask you to drop it in the comment. And if you'd like me to work with you to help you grow your YouTube channel, and not just grow your YouTube channel, but also your revenue, click the first link in the description. We make the best content for you without you moving a needle, literally, from the ideation to the scripting to the editing and to the publishing of the video. And the only thing you do is just get business done. And we have case studies. You can check it out. I'll link it right here. Check it to see the results we've gotten for our clients. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.